and welcome to another episode of In the Pod. Today, we are very, very honored to have the amazing, the wonderful, I don't think she needs an introduction, the Nadia Jaftha.
Hello, that was
Chronicles
amazing.
Live.
Thank you. That was a beautiful introduction.
So Nadia, thank you for being on our show. We are truly honored. So obviously you're a content creator, CEO, a cover model. You know, you're so successful, and we wanted to know from you, how does it feel to be? Did you ever imagine that you'd be where you are today?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Like I had big dreams, and you think that you're going to get there, but there's a little part of you that's like, what if I'm just one of those people that thinks I'm special, but I'm not actually that special? But that was also like an internal struggle I had to get over. I think once you get over that, then anything is possible. But I was also taught, growing up, I was taught that anything is possible, you can be anything you want. And I think the problem is that I've actually delusional enough to believe it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing. And tell me, obviously, with this success, there's a lot of negativity that comes with it, and especially in the industry you're in, you must be subjected to quite a lot of trolls and all this negative with its publicity. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about that? So, with the good comes the bad. So, how bad is the bad?
Any publicity is good publicity. No, you have your days.
Yeah.
I mean, some days are better than others. If they get you on a bad day, if I just started my period and someone's trolling me, then I'm obviously going to be a bit more sensitive. But sometimes I'm just
Women
like,
problems.
I don't care. And then sometimes I do care. So it literally just depends on my mood on the day. I mean, this is my work. So just like you would go to your work, there's different variables every day. And you're never fully prepared for it, but you get stronger each time at least.
Okay, so it does get easier as you navigate.
No, it doesn't get easier. You just get stronger.
Okay.
It doesn't get easier. I think it gets easier to deal with. But if I had to really sit and think about it and ponder on it, then I will get affected. I just choose to keep moving. But in the times where I do choose to sit and think about it, then it does affect me. That makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So you learn to compartmentalize.
Exactly.
Okay. And tell me, because obviously I know you're a big advocate for mental health, and you obviously take it very seriously as you have to in this industry, especially. Is there anybody in your life that really helps you through it, where you feel like, okay, I can count on this person if I'm in a really low state? You know, this is my first phone call. Who would that person be?
The first person that I always call is my mom.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, it's always my mom. I mean, it's my mother. Your mother loves you unconditionally. They'll always, give of themselves before they give to themselves. So I always call my mom. And then I have different mentors for different stages, different compartment
aspects.
Yeah, different aspects of my life. My best friend, she just had another baby now.
Oh, yeah.
So, I go to her for advice sometimes, and then I'll go to, Keegan for advice. He's behind the camera. I'll go to my other friend for advice. So I have different friends for different aspects. But I think the main one is probably my mom. It's always been my mom.
Well, your mom is a vibe, so I think a lot of people would go to her when they're feeling low. People who don't even know her, they're like, let's go watch some videos.
She's just she just says everything, and she just feels everything, but she has the biggest heart, and she has the best intentions.
So nice. So what inspired you to get into content creation?
I think I've always been a content creator before it was coined content creator. When I was in grade 5, 6, I had like one of those VHS cameras. I still have the cassettes at home.
No way.
I still want to make actually a video compiling all of the footage together. But I've always been a content creator. I've always just loved making content. Any opportunity I got to make content.
When they're doing your autobiography, they can bring out all of those.
Exactly. That's what I'm keeping it for actually. But for all my orals, if I could do a video, then I would do a video presentation. Like always. I just love making content. I still have those old orals actually still as well, like a DVD.
So it was meant to be. I mean, you always had it in you.
I'm just lucky that it just all aligned so perfectly for me. That's all I can call it. I think it's just not luck actually. Not luck. I don't know what it is, but I'm grateful.
Well, if something was meant to be, I feel like you can't force it, right? It organically happens.
Exactly.
And tell me, what has been one of the funniest things? So during this whole thing, we know you have a lot of fun. You don't have to take things seriously. You don't take life seriously. I think that's what everybody loves about you. You're so authentic, you're so real, you don't take yourself too seriously. But what has been like one of the funniest moments in this
I
journey?
think one time I can remember I was hosting the late AKA's birthday party, and he pulled me up on stage, to address the crowd, and I was in Joburg, and I definitely said, "What's up, Cape Town?" Like I was like, "What's up, Cape Town?" And the people were like, "Okay, no, she needs to go home." But that's just one of the many
Epic fail
moments.
there. Okay, but I suppose you've learned since then.
Yeah, it gives you a thicker skin. I mean, looking back now, it's funny, but at the time, it was just so traumatizing.
Talking about a thick skin, obviously, like I mentioned, a bit about the trolls, and obviously, I'm sure you get the harshest comments, the DMs, because people wouldn't say that to your face, right? But they feel like they've got this protection where they can say whatever they don't even know you,
Yeah.
but they can judge you and they can make these comments. Does anything stand out for you that you can remember that was something you thought, oh, really, like where you questioned, like, what am I doing this for?
Yeah, I think the one that really stuck out for me was always being called like talentless. It's like, what is she actually like good at? What is a talent? What does she do? I think that was the one that always stuck out for me. It was like, what is she doing? She's just making videos. She's just showing her body. I'm like, and that's a talent that I'm showing you. But yeah, that was one of them. Talentless. Yeah, it's a lot just
I know.
every day. Honestly, if I had to go through my DMs now, there'll probably be people messaging me mad stuff. But I don't go through it. I get someone else to kind of filter it for me, and then I'll go through and reply to the good ones.
Okay. No, you have to have quite a thick skin. And how do you come up with some of these ideas? Like, where do you like? Are you in the shower? Are you like, what'll be a fun thing to do? Like, where do you get inspiration from?
Randomly, like if I had to have a conversation with my friends and they had to say something funny, and I'll literally just say, "Oh, that's a funny video idea. I need to make a video about that," and then I'll do it like that. But most of the time, it's very spontaneous. I don't really plan out my content. I think the way people think that I do. I am starting to now because I'm getting a bit busy, so I have to plan my content. But usually, it's not really planned. I just feel like also authenticity kind of translates
Absolutely.
in the video. I think if you put too much strain on it, then it's not.
But
gonna
audiences
translate.
know. They know when you're like almost trying too hard, and I think that's why, because your content also feels very natural and organic and.
I did lose myself a bit. I'm not gonna lie. I did.
Oh,
lose
look at you!
myself
Now
a
we're talking
bit.
real talk.
I did lose myself for a bit. But I think in the past I'd say even few weeks, I've started to really think, okay, this is why I started with this in the first place, and go back to why I started everything in the first place, and really put my energy into my supporters and to my, the people that have been there from day one. And that's also started Nomination, which is like a private Instagram account. It's like my safe space. There's almost 10,000 people on there. It's a private account. It's still a lot of people, but I literally go through every single account. Every single account I go through myself to check if it's not a fake account, like what kind of person you are. Okay, cool. Then I follow that account. Then so it's taken a while, but that's my, my community there, and like my safe space. And then my main account, I kind of treat as my work, just to have that balance.
So let's talk a bit about this Nomination account. So what is the plan for it? Where do you see it evolving to?
I don't know. Like honestly, it can be anything. It can be a theme park at this point. It can be like it can be anything.
You can do anything.
Yeah, I just want them to be with me and go through the journey with me.
Okay. And what advice do you have to content creators, aspiring, up and coming? Because it's obviously when you had started, there weren't that many at that stage. Now it's like, there's an inundation of it into the field because you guys make it look so cool. But what advice do you have to somebody starting out?
I think there's always a natural inclination to kind of like see what everybody else is doing when you're starting out in the industry. And that's fine. You can kind of take bits and pieces, but just always try and make it your own. Try and add a unique twist or unique spin, something that is different to everybody else. Because you can't come up with something completely new. I mean, you can't. So you have to kind of just, take what you can and make it your own. That's the best advice I can give.
And what would you say is your niche?
My niche, I think my niche is me. Whatever I'm doing is my niche. If I decide to climb Mount Kilimanjaro next month, I'm like, guys, come with me. I get sponsors. You guys are coming with me, then that's my niche. You know what I mean, I was very conscious not to box myself.
Yes.
And that's also another tip that I would give: don't box yourself.
Okay, and then if you had to give, say, 16-year-old Nadia, right? If you had to meet her now,
Oh my word.
what would you say to her?
I would tell her, I don't know, I think 16-year-old me was always just paranoid and worried. Like I just wanted to be successful. I wanted to make my family proud. I wanted to make my grandmother proud because we didn't come from that, that generational wealth. So it's like, if it's going to start here, then I wanted to continue, leave that legacy. And I just want to tell the 16-year-old Nadia, you are on your way there. Yeah.
Don't stress.
Don't stress. It's going to be okay.
And where do you see yourself? I mean, obviously, my whole team and I, we're big fans of yours, and we've seen you, grow up kind of in front of us. Is there an end? Like, where do you see yourself going? I know the sky's the limit when it comes to Nadia Jaftha, but where do you see yourself? 5, 10 years?
I think in 10 years, definitely, I think just somewhere away, like on an island, like on a holiday house, on a beach, somewhere sipping, my pina colada, and it's just chilling.
Yeah.
I just want to be chilling. But that's very unrealistic for me to say because in 10 years' time, I'm probably still going to be busy with something else. And yeah, I think if I don't say last year where I would be in a year's time, I would never have guessed where I am now. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of the point and the excitement of it all. I do know the person, the woman I want to be, but I don't know where that woman is.
So who is this woman?
It's just a strong, powerful, independent.
Well, I think you're more than halfway there. So.
Yeah, just to maintain that. I think the part that I really want to work on is just boundaries with people. I think that's the main thing. It's just boundaries, especially with, I love my supporters. I love them, but I need to teach boundaries.
Yeah.
Because I'll literally be walking and someone will jump on me or like come up to me. I'll think that this is a cousin or someone that I'm not remembering, because of how they're approaching me. It's like, oh, I saw you on your video last night. Don't step up to me like that. You're crazy.
But that's the thing, hey, being a public figure, people feel like they own you, right? Because you belong to the public.
I do, in a sense, belong to the public. I kind of made peace with that, I'm not going to lie. It's the life I chose. It's the life I chose. I can't complain about it. You know what I mean?
And you don't. I mean, you're very grateful. You don't.
I don't like complaining. I don't like complaining about it. I genuinely feel like if I don't have the capacity to go out in public and see people, then I just won't leave my house. That's what it is. Because if I must go out and feel how I feel and still interact with people, then there will be a viral video and TikTok.
And so you said you reach out to your mom or your friends when you're feeling quite low. But from a creative perspective, do you ever sometimes feel stuck, or uninspired?
Yes, I was stuck like last week. I'm always stuck.
Yeah.
I'm always stuck. But that's just, it comes with, I think, being a creative person. I mean, it's not always going to be the best idea, but I think that's why you work with people that you can kind of bounce off of. And, when you don't have that in you, then it's nice to have a team that gets it and understands it and kind of can pick it up when you're not feeling it.
So let's talk about your team. So the Ace Lab team, who are phenomenal, they do dope shit.
Yeah, you know what? It's such a natural partnership, and I'm so grateful for them because where I lack, they pick up. Where they lack, I pick up, and yeah, it's just a natural and I would say perfect partnership. And I think right now we're literally at the cusp of so much that's still to come.
I mean, that's also where you're in 10 years, 5 years, that's kind of your future as well, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So where, I don't know if you want to comment, but where do you think, so in terms of where Ace is and their ability to be obviously going very far, where do you see the business going? Or ideally?
I definitely, if you think of like a octopus and it's, tentacles, I see Ace Labs very much like
Yeah.
doing that, because I myself as Nadia Jaftha, I do that. So I would see Ace Labs as mirroring that. So whatever I do as Nadia Jaftha, I think it'll be a natural progression with Ace Labs, because everything kind of it's like an ecosystem. You know, so if I grow, they grow, they grow, I grow.
Yeah, exactly.
If I grow, Smile Bar grows, you know, and
Yeah.
on and on and on and on. So yeah.
So let's talk about your singing. You do have a. Right, let's talk about the singing career. So,
Okay.
how did that come about?
So the singing, okay. So I always loved singing when I was younger. I was always the one that was singing at the functions, but I would always tell everyone to close their eyes because I was very shy. I didn't like people watching me. Like even now, if I have to go do a MC gig or whatever, I have to mentally prepare myself for weeks and weeks and weeks, because I don't like the idea of people just staring at me, you know, and with no expression or anything. So I always loved singing, and then when I decided to kind of pursue it, when I was already in the social media space, but after I'd been doing comedy, I decided to do singing. And you know, people are like, no, you can't do that if you're doing that.
Stay in the box.
How dare you?
Yeah.
So I did that. I got dogged for that. I got, you know, trolled for that very, very badly, to a point where I actually just like stopped. And yeah, I think, you know, I would make music again, because I don't have any intention of like, you know, going out and flipping singing at the Grammys.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
now it's not as much pressure, and I can actually like enjoy it
For
you
what
know,
you
as like I
But it was a
before.
very brave step, because you knew that it could go.
I know, I knew it. I made my first song because I wanted to just show people.
Yeah.
And that song went #1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was
That's
like,
amazing.
deuces, okay, now I'm out.
Drop the mic, literally.
Yeah, exactly. You have to, your elevation is always your comeback.
Well, that's a nice tagline.
That's what's in the glamour color.
Okay. So it's not the first time. She didn't just make that up.
No, I made it up when I did that interview.
So tell us a little bit about the glamour shoot. I mean, it looked glamorous.
Yeah.
You looked phenomenal on that cover. It was just such a. I feel like
Mama
such
calls it the Mona Lisa.
Oh.
Because she's like, I don't know if you're sad, or if you're happy, if you're smiling, or if you're frowning. So I'm like, yeah,
That's the point.
that's the point.
No, but I felt like it was such a beautiful evolution for you. You know, really stepping into your own, coming into this strong, independent, confident woman that you are growing into or are now. What was the whole experience like?
I think for me, I view myself in one way still. I forget that other people have a certain perception of me. And I still view myself as the girl that started out 10 years ago. I don't view myself as more than or less, and I'm still learning and I'm still wanting to be more. So the beautiful thing about the glamour cover is that they constantly reminded me, like, no, this is, you know, you like own it, you know, this is you, like step into it. Like even the way that they style me, they're like, we're styling you because this is your new era, you're stepping into your next era. And I can always appreciate when, you know, other people are able to see that for me, because sometimes you don't see it for yourself, you know. So yeah, I'm grateful in that sense, but I still have a long way to go.
Well, you're definitely on the right trajectory. Nadia, so we also have here at the Smile Bar something we call Smile Stories. So it's very much about people talking about their journey or something that they've overcome in their life that really, you know, and it's about confidence or having the smile and having something that really pulled them through it. Is there anything, sorry to put you on the spot, but is there anything that you have in your life where you felt it was like quite a big challenge that you had to overcome, and you did, and it's almost like an inspiring story, which we now label as a smile story? So to add to that.
I think just when it comes to one of the things, I mean, I have many things that I had to overcome, but I think the main thing that always sticks out is just my perception of self, like my body and the way I looked after it. And, you know, I never really looked after my body and my health as much as I am now. And because I'm doing that, I feel so much better, and I put out more into the world, you know. So yeah,
it's almost like your external confidence is now, you know, coming from the internal, coming outwards.
Exactly, because it's that darkness that you feel when, you know, it's inside of you and you don't know where it's coming from or where it's supposed to go. It can be very lonely. So yeah, and especially when you're on a platform where you don't really view yourself as, you know, you're not that confident. Now you're on a platform where everyone's scrutinizing you all the time, and you're like, oh my word, like, you know, what am I gonna do? And then you stop, you stop eating, and then you overeat, and then you you know, you do all these unhealthy things, and I think I've just finally got to a point where I can say I'm healthy, I'm looking after myself, and yeah, I intend on looking after myself because it starts there. It starts there from the inside. As cliche as it sounds, it does start from the inside.
And when do you feel you're most confident?
When I feel my most confident, I think when I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do, you know, when I'm sticking back to my routine.
Yeah.
That's when I feel most confident. And obviously a beautiful smile. Obviously the smile. No, I actually, this experience was very, very unique. I didn't know what to expect coming in here, to be honest with you. But this makes sense now, the podcast situation. It makes sense.
You see, we're all a bit creative around here as well.
No, I love it though. I do. The energy here is amazing. You know, you come in here, you feel welcome. You get treated like a celebrity. But you get treated like a celebrity. You get the VIP experience. It's different, you know, departments where you go, and it's really just a nice experience. And you definitely, you have to come and just experience it for yourself.
Great.
And it's a new concept, and I think people are going to take to it really, really well.
And do you want to tell them where our next store is?
The next store, I'm so excited. Oh my word, I'm so excited. The next store is going to be in, drumroll, Cape Town. It's going to be, how often can I go for whitening?
As often as you want.
Okay, are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, I'll be there every day.
So you do it about every 3 months. I mean, you have beautiful teeth.
But I need to have it maintained. I feel like even if you're not someone that's on a public platform, it's still nice to go for maintenance, because if you have a beautiful smile, obviously you feel confident enough.
Yeah, there's so many knock-on. You know, we always say so many knock-on effects from having a good smile. People take you more seriously, whether it's your job, like a job interview, whether it's confidence in, you know, having a relationship or whatever. It really makes a big difference to the total.
Feel better. Yeah, you feel better. You know. Like it's on your face. It's the first thing people see is your smile. So if you can feel confident in that, then you can conquer the world. I just want to tell everyone, I wish I looked better. I'm sorry. I will look better the next time I'm on this podcast. Promise you.
Well, if this isn't the best, then I can't wait to see what better is.
I'm telling you.
Just wait. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I think that is a wrap from Nadia Jaftha. And tune in for our next episode coming next week.